Hey guys, this is Van again from Hunky Junk Model Garage. Uh, this is the T-Boner. Finally got it all done. Let me try to get it in the frame a little bit better here. Alright. Now then. I started out with the Limburg 25 Tall T. That's the only thing that I used was the body in this thing. The engine is the Hemi that come out of the Dirty Donnie kit. Headers is Parts Box. I have no idea what kit they come from. And I just cut them off even there next to the, or after it turns back toward the body, and put brass tips on them. The wheels are actually from the Ed Roth, the new Ed Roth 57 Chevrolet Bel Air kit. Painted those the same color as the frame, which is a VHT engine color by Duplicolor. The grill is out of a 32 Ford, I believe. It's a monogram kit. The headlights is out of the Limburg kit. Really didn't like the way they looked after the lenses was put in. So what I done, I took the clear lenses and I put bare metal foil on the back sides of them to give them, that mirror color in the background. And I had gone to Hobby Lobby and I gotten some of those chrome rings used for making jewelry to do speakers and gauges and stuff like that. And I cut a few segments out of it and bent it back up to make a complete circle where they'd fit the headlights better. Used them for chrome bezels. I think it looks pretty good. Anything for a little bit more detail. The axle is scratch built just out of a piece of a square stock. The tie rod is a paper clip, which it's not functional, but it looks good anyways. It looks like it is. The skull right there, I got it at a show where they were selling resin parts. I think it looked pretty good on that grill, so I just put it on there. Now the chrome part of the grill shell right there is from the Limburg kit. It fit that 32 shell pretty good. The body and the radiator shell right there, I done it in that sophisticated finishes. I really love this stuff. That stuff looks so real. I bought 2 kits of it, so I've got plenty of it, and I'll be doing a lot of rust from here on out. The actual radiator is just from Parts Box. I had to cut it down just a little bit to fit, and then of course I put the chrome electronic fan on it. But the rear wheels right there, I took, and that's from the Dirty Donnie kit. Those are not the actual tires from the kit. I molded those. These are solid resin, and I bought me some Fortness bits and dapped out it was completely solid in the back, so I had to dap them out just a little bit where it gives them an offset on the back side. The rear end is a NASCAR rear end. I just shortened up, and I'll get you a better look of it here in a little bit. The gas tanks is from a World War II bomber. I actually bought the airplane kit just for the bombs. And the air tank is a molded part of mine. I bought an aluminum air tank and made a mold of it, and that way I can have my own. Of course, the fittings, the red and blue fittings right there, are just beads. The caps for the gas tanks are tri-bar spinners from a lowrider kit, the Chevy Citation lowrider kit. Now the tail lights are custom made. They're all scratch built. The lenses itself, I made a mold of a rifle bullet, a 5.56. So after I got that done, then I took another one of them chrome rings and slid down over the tip of the shell or the lead part, and marked it where it went. Used my X-Acto knife and scored around it, not all the way through, but almost. And then I put bare metal foil over the tip of it and colored the foil with a red Sharpie, and it makes perfect tail lights. I guess you can say they're authentic bullet lights. And the air compressor is another resin part. I bought one at a show, and made me a copy of it. The wheels on these rear tires, when I molded them, I molded the wheel in also, and it's a center line, from the kit, but I didn't want to go into too much trouble trying to get it painted, so I used an acrylic metallizer. I think it's a bright silver, but it gives it a pretty good sheen for simulated chrome. Not bad. And then I black washed it. The tires, I painted them satin black. It's a Rust-Oleum satin black. And the decals, let me get you a little bit closer look. I don't really like the way the lettering come out on the decal. I should have trimmed them up a little bit closer and separated that T, but it is what it is. It's good enough. And you can see a little bit closer shot of that soldier's head. It actually worked out pretty good. There was an air bubble where the soldier's nose was, and it actually made it look more like a skull. So it didn't take too much carving on it to get it to look a little bit, horrified there. The skull on the door, I got that off of the internet. It was actually a t-shirt, a picture of a t-shirt with that skull on it. And I put it into my computer and shrunk it down and just trimmed around it. Right here is the fuel block that I've got coming in. And then, of course, I used those beads to make the fittings. And then it splits off and goes up to the carburetors. Of course, I used the pulley system and everything, just detailed them out with a Sharpie. I used the alternator from the kit. I used another silver, it's an eyelet from the beading section at Hobby Lobby to make the dipstick, and just put a piece of a rubber hose over it to make it look like the tube. The radiator hose is a piece of electrical wire. I believe it goes into, it's what I had left over when I had my sign company, and it come out of a big sign, what went to the ballast. And then I used a aluminum tubing for the cuffs on the ends of the hose. And then the cooling fan is from the parts box, as well as the beat up headers and gouged up and stuff. I think it just looks pretty good. Rougher the better, I think, on a rat rod. And I black washed a little bit around the bottom of the valve covers to give it a better detail, where you can see the bolts a little better. You can get it turned around here on the other side. Now, if you'll look close, the wire going to the coil, which is scratch built also, and the wire going to the back plug back there is bigger. I run out of actual plug wire in the black, so what I done, I just used the black battery wire and made it look like a mixed match set of plug wires. When you're building a rat rod, you gotta do what you can do and piece what you can together. The steering arm right there is a paper clip with tubing on the ends of them to make it look like a clevis. Of course, I painted the motor to match the frame. The frame, I used Duplicolor clear on it, which works pretty well. I've been buying the 2-part clear, the urethane, and I think I'm just going to stick with the rattle can clear for a little while. I'm going to try it on a hood or something that I've got extra, just to see if I can get it to buff out like the other. But the steering wheel is painted the same color, and the dash, I just painted it silver and black washed it. Put a little fingernail polish on the steering wheel to get it glossed up just a little bit. Get you a close-up right here of the air compressor. That's actually a copy of a Viair air compressor, which I think is kind of big. I don't know, I may try to shorten one up and make it a little bit smaller. I don't think it's small enough to scale. Let me move this thing around where you can see the airbags that I made. I actually used a I Love Poker Guy's idea. Used O-rings, stacked them up to make a collapsed airbag, and then I cut some styrene out and put it top and bottom. Got pin heads in there to simulate the bolts, and then glued it all together and attached it to the rear end. Very good idea. I love it. It worked out very well. You can see how the rim I added to it to make it look like it just a junkyard find, where it's been dented and welded on. And alright, now let me get you a picture of the underneath here. This frame turned out just absolutely wonderful. Alright, pardon the shaking, guys. I'm going to move it in just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the frame, after I got it all put together and glued and everything, I took some putty and filled in and smoothed out the joints. Took a little bit of care on it, and then painted it with that VHT color. Let me zoom in right here on the back part of it. Right there's the air tank in the bottom side of the airbags where they mount to the rear end. And then you can see the fuel filter right there beside the red line where it's running up to it. All in all, this thing turned out real good. I love the way it looks. I'll definitely be building some more rat rods for sure. So, but all right, guys, that's it. That is the T-Boner. Now next, I'll be finishing up the Fast Jimmy build. I'm gonna try to get it done middle of next week. I'm gonna get started Sunday probably on the cancer awareness. Start doing some sub-assemblies on it and get everything sanded down. So alright guys, that's it. And thanks to all my new subscribers I've picked up in the last couple of days, and I really appreciate you guys. I hadn't looked to see exactly how many I've got yet, but in a while. But I appreciate y'all, and everybody's had some real good builds out there. Really like the 48-hour builds. I would have got in on it on this weekend, but I work every other weekend, and it seems like most of the 48-hour builds is falling on the weekend that I have to work. So, you know, I can't very well take everything I've got to work to do a build. So, but anyways, it is what it is. I'll catch them when they fall on my weekend off. But yeah, guys, keep having the 48-hour builds and all these community builds, because even if I can't participate, I love watching them. So y'all take care and keep building, guys. We'll see you on the next one.